In the spring of 2016, a group of eminent scholars visited Edinburgh. Their ideas are not commonly heard in Scotland, yet they were developed here during the Scots Enlightenment. The scholars discussed ideas with a group of young people who inherit an entitlement to their country's past wealth and its prospects for the future. The young panel are actors. The opinions expressed are not their own, but taken from contemporary Scotland's conversation. They express them as common sentiments, heard in public debate in order to create a response. The scholars should be seen as objectivists, seeking to describe the logical outcomes from political and economic decisions. The interests and incentives of those who make those decisions are to the fore, in line with modern economic thinking.
Is it just going to happen?
Our industries died. It was the free market that did that.
You know, free trade, free markets, the free movement of capital, which would be incredibly beneficial to Scotland, by the way. Let's not shut it down until you benefit from it a bit. But it's not out there. There's no sort of Hogwarts, what do they call those, dementors who fly in and take away jobs. You know who takes away jobs? Other young people who are smart in other places who develop industries and opportunities and disruptive things. I mean, it would be wonderful if we could say, you know, let's all work 1 hour a day. And we'll make a rule that everyone here has to work 1 hour a day so that we can have 7 hours a day for fun.
Sounds nice.
It does sound lovely. On the other hand, someone on the other side of the water is going to say, wow, that's a great opportunity for me to go and steal their stuff. You know, everybody's competitive. This idea that you can blame someone else, some market, some dementor, from stealing your jobs is really to absolve yourself of the responsibility to remain competitive. And this is what this blame of markets or trade does. It makes people, or it allows people to relax and say, well, it's not really my fault. Working 1 hour a day is acceptable. It's just not. Some woman in China, some girl in India, some guy in Korea, you just used 3 Asian examples, that's
right.
It tells that I'm worried a little bit, will steal the opportunity that you have, and in a generation or two, your children will be living in the third world country, and they won't be.
What we need to be concerned with, to coin a phrase, is the condition of the working class. I got into economics because I wanted to help the poor. At the time I was a socialist, but I've continued, even though I'm no longer a socialist, I still want to help the poor. I say to people, workers of the world unite, demand capitalism.
And capitalism is a system we all benefit from. It's not a system built to benefit the poor.
No,
we all benefit from it.
And it's not a system for the rich, which is this room.
I understand that you're finding it hard to find jobs. But I don't find it surprising at all. Because you're young people, you have limited years of experience, you have limited skills at this early stage, and we have minimum wages. And those minimum wages require a level of skill and experience that exceed, in many cases, what you have. So you're going to be unemployed. Minimum wages disenfranchise the very people in our society who have the least skills from being able to provide for themselves.
You're going to have to stay on your feet. You're going to have to figure out where the jobs are going to be. And look, this whole discussion of trade, at the end of the day, countries don't trade. Scotland doesn't trade with anybody. You trade, and I trade. Your t-shirt was probably made in Malaysia or China or somewhere, and you bought it. And some guy in China got some money because you bought the t-shirt. Trade is between individuals, and where they happen to be, who cares?
The worst thing to do is to close off your economy in North Korean style. If we protect everyone, we protect no one. And we don't get the benefit of trade and innovation. That's the model of Argentina, where you're taxed to give him a subsidy, you're taxed to give him a subsidy, you're taxed to give her a subsidy.
Speaking of individuals, let's not forget that while just about everyone
will at some point in time import consumption goods, goods for consumption. Some will import goods for production.
Yeah, that's right.
Free trade lowers business costs.
Yeah, it does.
What does that mean? All
Definitely.
else being equal, it means higher wages and more jobs.
Yep.
Again, that's an unseen effect that you don't know to look for unless you think about the things that are not obvious.